mainly wanted to ask about this weekend's games. You're starting conference play. How good of a test is it to get to play these two particular schools to start the year?
Yeah, always good weekend no matter when we play Cornell and Colgate. Always good travel partner games, and I think certainly last weekend gave us a good indication of what to expect coming in this weekend.
One thing, I mean, Colgate's played. Is it any advantage playing Cornell when they haven't really played a real game yet, or is that kind of overrated?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I mean, the flip side there too. I know a lot of times the Ivies talk about how they get a later start date. I know we've gone into some of these games, not this year, but some of the games early on against the Ivy League teams, and we've had a lot of injuries and haven't had a full roster. So that would be one of the areas where we don't feel like we have an advantage. But I certainly think being able to play has its advantages, and sometimes that can help out. Certainly here for Friday.
And obviously both of you guys were in the NCAAs last year. How are they maybe different from a year ago? Are they? I don't know how much you know about them right now.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about them. They have some good kids coming back, and they lost one of their best defensemen to the Canadian Olympic team. They got a couple nice kids in their freshman class that are certainly going to help out. Dougie's always got their teams playing hard, and they're always right in the thick of it. So I'm going to expect just about what we get every time. Cornell, St. Lawrence games are always great games, up and down the ice, and certainly very fan friendly if you want to come to see an exciting game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you just real quick about last weekend too. Obviously, it wasn't probably the decisions you wanted to get, but what did you kind of get out of that series that can help you guys down the road? So obviously, when you play a team that good, they can expose things maybe.
Yeah, we played well in spurts, and I think going 0 for 13 and 5 for 12 on the power play, respectively. I think that's probably the difference in the game. We had a couple chances to get back in the game over there on Saturday night on the power play. Yeah. A couple 5-on-3s, and certainly I didn't have us prepared enough to be able to adjust to those situations and capitalize. And we'll be a bit more prepared this weekend for certain situations. And I think just being able to play at that level and play against one of the top teams in the country, and then the top teams in the country again this weekend have us prepared to play. And what we learned is that we're still trying to find ourselves a little bit, and the quicker we can find ourselves, I think you'll start to see us string some things together.
Well, to start, I was going to ask you about, you guys are playing Colgate and Cornell this weekend. Got the order backwards, but how good of a test is this for your team to get up against teams in the top 10 for conference play?
Yeah, it's definitely a big thing for our team this weekend. I think being the first two ECAC games, they're definitely going to be really important, even for the polls as well. Losing to Clarkson this past weekend was, I think, maybe in a way good for our team in a sense that we can come back this weekend and have some more pride in our game and come out strong.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. Just playing that series, obviously, I was asking the coach. When you have losses like that, though, is there good things that come out of that as far as kind of maybe showing, exposing things that you guys need to work on, stuff like that?
I think for sure, yeah. Definitely these past two games made us realize some good things that we did for sure, and some things that definitely could use improvements.
I was wondering about playing Cornell to open the year too. Obviously, that was the team you guys played in the semifinals. Is there any motivation from that, or is it your answer more it's a new season that's not going to reverse it if we win?
All games are motivation. We need to win them all.
Oh yeah. What's tough about playing that particular team? Like, what do they do well?
They're fast. They're a very fast team. They move the puck well. They're on you quick. I think they play a similar style to Clarkson in the fact that they like to press up through the middle. So I think it's going to be definitely a fast-paced game.
Yeah, one of the other things I was going to ask you about was just, last Saturday's atmosphere. What was it like to get to play a game in front of almost 2,700 people?
Yeah, it was crazy. I've never played in any crowd like that, especially with their band and the horn and stuff like that. It was definitely, the atmosphere was an incredible experience.
Are you kind of hoping that some of the people who went to that game maybe hadn't been to one before would start coming back to some of the other ones?
Definitely. I think so. I think that's a good step for us.
Yeah, last thing I would ask about was just this season. Obviously, it's been a little bit of adjustment because Brooke is gone. How's it worked out with you and Hannah, kind of adjusting to new people so far?
Yeah, I think it's definitely worked. We definitely, of course, miss Brooke. She had an eye for the net. She did contribute to a lot of the offensive things. I think with Hannah at center, that's definitely a benefit for our team. And I think we're just, she's doing a lot of line movement right now, so I think everyone is just trying to find their place and find their chemistry within the team.
And I almost forgot, I did want to ask you about the draft too. What was your reaction when you saw that you got picked second overall in that draft this year?
Yeah, it was definitely a good feeling, that's for sure, but I'm ready for this year and I'm excited for the conference play to start.
Did that surprise you though? Like, did you have an idea that you were going to go that high?
I had talked to the coach of Buffalo a little bit, but I wasn't sure that I was going to go second overall, so I'm very humbled to have that experience.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about, I noticed that your roster's got a lot of players from your old junior team. I was wondering if you could tell people a little bit about what the Ducks, junior team is like.
Yeah, well, I'm from Seattle, but I moved down there my junior year to play, and I played on a line with Kayla and Justine. So Kayla committed here first, but we kind of all, I think, me and Mary definitely wanted to go somewhere together, and we just ended up here. So.
What are the things you kind of learned playing for that team? Like, how did that team help develop? Because there's a lot of people in women's hockey from that team, I've noticed.
Well, we played in a lot of tournaments, like, out in Ontario, even though we were on the West Coast. So just our coaches kind of helped us, like, make those connections with college coaches, like, even though we were so far away from most of D1 schools out here. So that definitely helped.
I noticed, too, like, from what I've talked to in the past, that some of the NHL people on the Duck staff would work with you guys, too. Is that true? Like, did you get some... not the coaches directly, but people like Todd Marchand.
Yeah, so we actually played with his daughter.
Yeah.
So he was around a lot, so that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, he was at the game Saturday up there in the skybox watching.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, is that kind of neat to see, like, somebody from the organization come back to watch?
Yeah, for sure. It's cool.
I was wondering, too, about that, just living on the West Coast and coming here. What's been, like, the biggest adjustments to moving to New York State after being from, Washington and California?
I don't know, like, it's weird being so far from home, especially when everyone else on my team is, like, 2 to 6 hours away from their homes, but I love it. I think it's like a great experience for me. I don't get too homesick, so I enjoy it out here.
Was it kind of a weird experience to go from like the second largest area in the United States to Canton, New York?
Yeah, it's definitely a small town feel, but I mean, I'm from a smaller town, like I'm not in from Seattle.
Oh, okay.
So I'm from a smaller town, so kind of the same feel, which is nice.
I guess the only other thing I was going to ask you about was just defensively. What have you liked so far? How you guys have played on that end of the ice, and what's maybe been tough the first couple of months or weeks of the season?
Yeah, well, it's been different because in my first 2 years here, we were like very upperclassmen heavy. Yeah. So it's just me and Amanda were like freshman, sophomore, and then we had all the upperclassmen. But now it's kind of us two who are on the top, who we kind of have to transfer into being leaders for all the younger ones. So that's definitely different. But I think we can take last weekend as a learning experience, and I'm excited for what we're going to be able to do in league play. So.
All right, thanks.